Hey, you guys. All right. I have been horrible. You guys, before my surgery, I actually even recorded some videos, but I never had time to edit them. And now they're kind of outdated. So I have decided I'm just going to recreate those videos live because it's going to be the easiest way for me to do it. And so I can get out of my head with that it has to be perfect. So we are going to do step 2 of how to be a Beachbody coach. This training is from the number 1 coach and number 2 coach in the Beachbody Body network. So it's Natasha and Jess. And Jess Dukes actually sponsored Natasha. So that's why they do everything together. So we're going to get into step 2. After step 1, the step 1 video was a few back. But we are going to get into now step 2. So I am going to play my little disclaimer and we will get started. All right. Hey, I'm so excited to see people on live. Yeah, so I get really in my head with I have I have OCD and a few different things, and I get really in my head of trying to make the videos perfect, and I'm like, I don't need to make them perfect. I just need to make them because the information needs to get out. So, one of my peeps sent me the training for Natasha's Natasha and Jess's team. So I'm going to show you guys this this video. Oops, hold on. I have to even switch things around. I have to switch my whole setup around because I have to keep my knee elevated still. So I had a total knee replacement 3 weeks ago. And I'm going to change it to be, let me do this layout. Okay. So we are going to get into it. So Natasha is really good at social media. I will give her that. She's fantastic at social media. She has utilized it. Of all of the people I've seen, she by far has learned how to exploit, I would say, social media followings the best. So we are going to talk about socials. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so you can see. This is a new training that they're doing, and it's in an app called Boards. And they just sent this out to everybody. I haven't gotten any updates. So this is what we're going with. But they haven't updated any of their videos, which is really weird to me. They haven't updated them to be Body Partner. They just sent these out. So it'll be interesting to see if they start doing them. So this is just an intro of what is to come. In phase 2, aka training after you learn the basics, you're going to get a more in-depth social media training. And this is just to get you started. All right, we are going to watch from Natasha first, all about social media. So let's see what she says. Yeah, she's fantastic. She's been in she was even on like Entertainment Tonight. She has been featured all over the place because of her 100-pound weight loss that she attributes to Beachbody. But I would argue that 75 Hard had a lot to do with that too. Anyway, all right, let's watch Natasha. Hold on just a second. Let me get the right.
Let's talk social media and how it is going to help you grow your business and why you need to start using it now. So a common misconception that a lot of new coaches have is that they need to start posting on social media in order to sign people up and get them into their groups. The truth is most new coaches, I would say probably like 99% of new coaches have the most success signing up people that they already know in real life, have met before. They might be acquaintances from a while ago or people that they talk to every day and they're real.
I love how they just make crap up. Like 99% are successful by doing this. Ma'am, show your resources, because most people in Beachbody are not successful. But I will give it to her. You do hit your warm market. So my first coaches were my husband and my mom, right? Because then that popped me to Emerald in 24 hours and I could control their accounts and never lose my Emerald rank. So you do hit your friends and family first, which is really gross. Your grandma doesn't need Shakeology.
Real life, whether they're coworkers or family or close friends or whatever. That being said, you cannot grow a business with just family and friends. And that's why we use social media. So I like to say you have a warm market and a cold market. Your warm market is people who are already warmed up to you.
Is that funny where she's like, there's your warm, I like to call it warm market and cold market. No, that's what marketing professionals actually call that, Natasha. Like, no, it's not something that you came up with.
These are people who know you, like you, trust you. If you say like, oh, I'm doing this Beachbody program and it helped me lose weight, they'll say, I'm in because I know you are telling the truth. Whereas your cold market, these are people that you find online that they know nothing about you and you know nothing about them. Chances are, and I bet you have followed somebody new, if they would have asked you the first day to buy something from them, you probably would have said no because you didn't have a lot of trust with that person yet. Social media takes time to build trust and build credibility. So
I have a question. Do you guys feel like you can earn trust on social media? Because to me, I don't think you can. Social media is such a curated view of somebody's life that I still don't have any trust for you, because are you really showing me everything? Or are you creating this image of yourself that you want to put out there? Because in my opinion, I don't find her to be credible, because she pushes so hard to sell, and to sell Beachbody. And I really question if she's actually trustworthy on her stories.
you're going to start using it now. So by the time you've already talked to everybody in your warm market and everyone's either signed up or said, no, I'm not really interested, you will have a brand new market of warm people you've been warming up over the past couple of months on your social media. So social media growth is happening now. We're working on that now for your business 6 months, 9 months, 1 year down the road. So in the beginning, you should be working within your warm market, which is why I want you posting on both Instagram and Facebook. So this is the question I get asked.
It's funny that she didn't mention TikTok, because she's pretty big on TikTok from what I've heard. I don't do the TikTok, but I've heard she's pretty big over there. So I don't know why she wouldn't include TikTok on that.
Most often, do I have to start a new Instagram account? No, I do. In fact, I don't want you to start a new Instagram account. First, make sure that your account is public. You will not be able to grow if you do not have a public account. Second, the reason why I want you to use the current account that you have is chances are you already have some people who are following you. And I know you're thinking like, oh, but they don't want to do it, or they don't have any money, or they're already in really great shape. Our job as coaches is to share this opportunity and let people decide for themselves. You never know what somebody's going through. Just because you think somebody has a really great body and they look amazing, they might not feel that way on the inside, or they might want to get toned. Or if you think that like, oh, this person doesn't have a lot of money, they won't sign up. How do you know that they don't have somebody who's like, oh, I want to get you something for your birthday to be able to lose weight?
Friends don't buy friends challenge packs for their birthday. I just want to throw that out there. No. If it's someone's birthday, probably don't be like, and you should lose weight. I don't like that.
Or whatever it is, you never know. Our job as coaches is to say, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm losing weight. This is how I'm getting results. If you want to do it too, I can help you, but I'm going to let you decide. So when you invite people, or when you're growing your social media following, you're going to be consistently posting content, because your content's going to warm up your cold market. So when you do start inviting them, they're going to know you, like you, and trust you already.
But does it though? Here's the thing that one of the things that I have the largest regret about is the this whole share everything and build your credibility and build your trust. Because as a mom and as a stay-at-home mom, I just started viewing my kids as content, which is pretty bad. That's horrible. Your kids should not just should not be content at all. Um, but that is what she does. She shares a lot of her kids, and it's all weight loss and different affiliate links. So again, how can you learn to trust someone? And if they are learning to trust you, then you decide to prey on them and enroll them in your pyramid. And it's gross. It's so wild.
All right. So I want you posting on Instagram and Facebook. You can reuse the same content, but your warm market is likely on your Facebook, not on your Instagram. Instagram is a great place for you to build that cold market and start reaching new people. But as far as your warm market, they're hanging out over on Facebook. And that's why I want you posting there, because your posts in the beginning, you are going to find people from your warm market on Facebook. So every single day, whatever you're posting on Instagram, post it over on Facebook. There's actually an option in your settings so you can have it automatically share to your Facebook profile when you post something on Instagram, or even when you post something on your Instagram stories, you can have it share to your Facebook stories. So that is how we are going to use social media for your business. The purpose is to get consistent now, start building that cold market, start warming up that cold market. So a couple months down the road, when you've already worked through that warm market, you have new people to talk to build relationships with, to get into your boot camp. And that is never going to end, because we're going to continually work on growing your circle and growing your following.
All right. So she just talked. I'm going to move this a little bit. Okay, that's better. So she just talked about finding your cold market on Instagram, and that you do that by posting. You don't just find a cold market by posting. So I'm still confused. Where are these people coming from? Where am I finding these people who are going to start following me over on Instagram? I just post and they're just going to magically appear. So she's not really giving you a growth strategy. She's just telling you to post, which that's not that helpful. So I've gone through a lot of training so far, and I still have no idea how to be a body coach. So let's go back over, and I'm not going to worry about sharing that. So now it's what to post on Instagram. And this is going to be from Jess Dukes.
Okay, let's talk about Instagram stories. If you're anything like me, I didn't use Instagram a ton before signing up to be a coach. And so Instagram, especially when stories came out, I remember going like, no, I don't want to have to get on there and talk. But over the years, Instagram stories is how I convert the most people into, challengers and coaches on my team. And it's a really cool way for us to get to know people. And if you're anything like me too, I love watching other people's stories. So the very first thing I want you to think about is, what do you enjoy following with someone else on their stories? Do you follow someone just because they're drinking a certain shake or because they're doing a certain workout? I'm going to guess not. I follow people that share the good, bad, and the ugly, where I feel like I really connect with the person and can be like, where you're following someone, you're like, they don't even know, but we're best friends. That's what I.
Do you guys feel like they really do share the good, the bad, and the ugly? Because I don't. I don't feel like they share that. I feel like it is a very curated narrative to give you FOMO, to make you want to join their team. I don't see good, bad, and ugly. I have a really hard time with that. They are very, very intentional on what they're posting. They're not just sharing everything.
I want people to feel when they come to my page. And that means I got to be vulnerable. I got to be willing to share things. And one of the biggest mistakes I see coaches make, especially newer coaches, is they're only sharing Beachbody stuff. The workout, the shake, the meal plans, nothing. They don't talk on their stories. You don't ever get to know them. And what I want you to remember, you guys, is every single one of us Beachbody coaches.
Here's the thing though. At least if they are sharing things that are all Beachbody, they're being honest. Because these top coaches don't share that they're Beachbody coaches. So in my opinion, they are lying by omission that they are a Beachbody coach. So at least the new coaches are doing it honestly. These two are like, oh, don't show your shake, don't show this, don't show that, because they don't want you to know it's Beachbody because they know that it has a bad name. Yikes, Jess.
Sells the exact same thing. So what's going to set you apart? What's going to be the reason someone, if they're following a bunch of coaches, that they're going to say, she needs to be my coach? Well, it's probably going to be your journey. It's probably going to be because they relate to you in some way. Maybe you have the same number of kids as they do, or a similar job. You both are nurses, or maybe you guys both need to lose 50 pounds and they have been watching you crush it and it seems doable for them. Or maybe they just feel like you guys really connect on that personal level. You have a lot of hobbies and interests in common. That's usually why someone joins you. It's not because you're doing a Beachbody program. And so one thing I've always tried to do with my stories is look at it as my health and fitness like diary, and think about, what would you write in a journal? Really think about it.
I write things in my journal for myself, maybe for my kids one day, but I am not going to use Instagram as my journal. They want you to share everything and they want you to get so vulnerable. And there's no reason to. You don't have to share every part of your life with the interwebs.
You're not going to just say this workout done. You're probably going to say like, this was really hard, or I love this move. Man, I'm getting stronger. Man, I was able to celebrate this. Or geez, I had these really bad cravings, but this is what I did instead. I made this healthy alternative. And man, this is my tips for, packing my lunch to go to work. Or this is what I like to reward myself with because I don't want to reward myself with food anymore. Those are the things that you probably would write in a journal. That's also what I want you guys sharing on your stories. I want you to be willing to be vulnerable. And the way I always looked at my Instagram, my posts, and my Facebook and my stories, where I want to share something and I think about it as like, I'll share first if someone else feels comfortable sharing with me. Weight loss is something, at least for me, losing 80 pounds, it's a journey. And at the very beginning, I felt very vulnerable and insecure and nervous. And what I needed was a coach to say, I'll go first, I'll share. I will show you that you can trust me. I'm going to follow through. I'm consistent and I got your back and I've been there and I'll help you get there too. And so really think about like, what would you want to be following if you were on the outside looking at your page? What kind of content would you want to follow? And also like, what do you need to share so other people can connect with you? So other people can really.
I wonder though, when did they switch from this, right? She's saying to share all parts of your life and share all of these things. But the main things that I'm seeing them share are their affiliate codes and other products that they're trying to make money off of because Beachbody's not doing fantastic. So do you really journal about like the Luminex white teeth thing? Like, I don't buy it. I don't buy it because that is not what they're sharing. They're sharing their created false reality. How about that? That's what we're going to call it.
Relate to you and really think about who your person is that's going to be coming to your page and what can you be sharing. And if you take away anything from this video, I want you talking on your stories. I want people to get to know you. Like I said, I want them to come to your page and be like, dang, they could be best friends, because you share enough that people can actually get to know you as a person, not just you as a Beachbody coach. You are more than your workouts. You are more than your meal plan and your shakes and your Energize and things like that. Those are great things to share. Just make sure it's not the only thing you share. And the other thing is make sure you're inviting through your stories. I think a lot of people think of invites as behind the scenes and DMs, which they are, but they can also be on your stories. I do so many call to actions. Make sure you're sharing value though. You can't just come on and do call to action, call to action, call to action. You have to be sharing value too. But I want you to really think about.
But what do they have to share of value? What expertise do they have? As a coach, they don't want you to be certified. They don't want you to be a professional in anything, but then they want you to provide valuable content. And to me, valuable content needs to be fact-based, science-based, health and wellness, which they don't have. Even their top super trainer, who I'm just going to call her a fitness influencer now, she shows that. she comes on and she spouts so much information that either is not accurate, is partway true, or is her own personal experience, which doesn't translate to somebody else's experience. Just because I had an experience with something that helped me lose weight doesn't mean that it's going to work for you, right? I mean, I had the very firm opinion that Beachbody would work for everybody, and that's just not true. You can ask my husband on that one. I tried so hard to get my husband. And I'm like, do this with me. And he's like, Aim, this isn't my thing. I'm like, no, it works. It works for everybody. No, it doesn't.
Doing a call to action, speaking to the people watching your stories and inviting them to come join you, whether that means putting a question box in there so they can leave their email, or doing a poll and having them click yes or yes. And thankfully, Instagram.
Those are my pet peeve. Do not do a poll that the only answer is yes. But honestly, don't answer anybody that is in an MLM. Do not answer their poll unless you want to get some messages in your inbox, because that's what they do. They follow they follow up with anybody who makes a comment or who answers a question or even sometimes watches their story. So watch at your own risk. Just saying.
Also put out the links where you can actually link like a Google form. So study what other coaches do, not to compare yourself, but to get ideas of what you could do in your own way as well. So practice, I get on Instagram and I do market research. I see what reels people are doing, what people are sharing on their stories, and I get ideas for myself. And I guarantee any Beachbody coach you follow that you enjoy following is not just showing their workouts or just doing a boomerang with their shake. They're probably sharing a heck of a lot more. So copy the things that you love in your own way. So not actually copying, but get ideas and do it yourself. And look at what other people are doing. And I would bet any successful coach in this network is not just sharing about Beachbody. They're sharing about their life. They're sharing about them, their journey, the good stuff. And if you guys ever are unsure, ask your coach for some feedback. We'd love to go to your Instagram and give you guys some feedback and let you guys know what you're doing great and see if there's anything that you could be tweaking as well. And then make sure you guys are utilizing that link in your bio with a Google form. You can hop on Google, type in, or YouTube and type in how to create a Google form. It takes like 2 seconds. You can use Linktree to link it, but make sure there's a way for people to get in contact with you. You're running a business here, not just sharing cool things on Instagram anymore. So if you guys have any questions, please reach out to your coach. We're happy to help, and get to share it on your Instagram. This is a great way to connect with new people and network. You're an entrepreneur now. It's important to be networking.
All right. So that's it, you guys. That's it for step 2. I've gone through steps 1 and 2, and I still have no idea how to be a coach. I have no idea how to find this cold market that they told me I need to be warming up. Where do I find them? They haven't taught me any secrets or any information on how to actually find people. So I'm still lost, and I've gone through steps 1 and 2. Heck, we're still, we got time. I start physical therapy today. So we are going, but I've got some time. So let's look at step 2, share. And it's like, okay, but what do I share? What am I supposed to share? I'm not just supposed to share my shake. I'm not just supposed to share my workout, but I don't know what to share because I also don't want to share my children. Yikes. All right, I'm going to pull up, I'm going to go ahead and pull up number 3. We'll see. All right, so step 3 is time management. Being intentional with your time is one of the more important things to learn to do right from the get-go. Watch this 5-minute video for tips on prioritizing your actions. And then how to navigate the back office. Set up your parter. I hate typos. Let me do this. Do you guys like this? Your parter site. Set up your parter site and direct deposit. Learn how to make customized links for when you have your first person ready to sign up. We're also going to talk about how to do this while working full-time, balancing your social and family life, and building a successful business. These are all how to do, this one's share a cart. So these are all the basics of the system. These are the links that you would create to sell the different total solutions packs, and it'll tell you how much commission, so you know which ones you want to sell. So, I mean, step 3 is kind of pointless. I am a little bit curious on time management. And let's see what they say on time management. Success Club system training, time management. Okay, let's see what this says.
Hey guys, my name is Meg Kozlowski, and I'm going to talk to you about time management when it comes to your business. Number one, you have to make sure that you make this business a priority. I tell my coaches, even from the beginning of their business, to set business hours. If you're serious about this business, you're going to be serious about setting business hours. On Sundays, sit down and look at your week ahead. Look at the things you have going on, and make sure that you allot 1 to 2 hours throughout the day to work your business. If you can have the 1 to 2 hours at one time in the day, cool. If not, it can be broken up into chunks throughout the day. For instance, some of my coaches work full-time as well as have children. So they'll wake up early before the kids get up, before going to work, get some work done. Then at their lunch hour, they'll sit down and they'll work a little more. Then at nighttime when the kids go to bed, they'll finish up.
It is exhausting. It is absolutely exhausting to do what they're telling you to do. So you need to wake up early so that you have time to work on your business before you go to work. Then on your lunch hour, which should be used for downtime and just for kind of breathing, on your lunch, work. Then when your kids go to bed, work, and then get up early and do it all again. I was exhausted. I was sleeping maybe, if I was lucky, from 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. And that was on a good night because I was trying to fit all of this in, because there is not time freedom when you do this. You have to be working all the time. And I had the fear of, if I don't answer this message right away, they're going to find another coach, because there's so many other coaches that they can find. I felt like I had to be on my phone all the time. And the constant notifications going off was horrible. And so, yeah, I would be at the lake with my kids, and I would be answering messages to make sure that I hit my goal. Or, like, for example, today's May 31st. Brace yourself, because it's the last day of the month. So these coaches are like, they're firing on all the cylinders. They want the end of the month stuff. And it's not just Beachbody for that. It's all of the MLMs want to close the month strong.
Make it fit your schedule, but make sure you set the time. You also want to make sure that you adopt a no matter what mentality. This business will only work if you work it. So make sure that you adopt that no matter what mentality, so that when you have days that don't go the way that they should, which does happen sometimes.
Every day for me. None of my days end up how I think they're going to. It's just kind of the way life goes.
Most times, no matter what, you're going to get your work done. The next thing, you guys, is you make.
But again, though, this is where some of that shame comes in. No matter what, there are no excuses. You have to work your business. This is one of the reasons that I would immediately go back to working out after having a surgery, when I shouldn't. I should not have been doing that. It further damaged my knees by not listening to my body, by not listening to my mind that also was telling me, you really shouldn't be doing this right now. It's the shame. It's the shame. You've got to work your business no matter what is going on. That's why you see people working it from their hospital beds.
Make sure that if you have small children, you ask for help. I know being a busy mom, I have a toddler, I could not run my business and be a full-time mom. If you do have small children, it's okay. You can fit it around their schedule when they nap. I was doing that at the beginning with my daughter, but now I've learned to ask for help. I ask my husband to maybe chip in and make dinner while I can sit down and work, or to help with bath time. Make it fit your schedule. Number 2, you guys, stay consistent with the 4 vital behaviors every single day. That is the secret sauce to this business. If you can stay consistent with those 4 vital behaviors, being proof the product works, personal development, inviting, and recognizing the people that you're working with, you will see your business grow over time. You also want to make sure that you're starting your day with it. I tell my new coaches to look.
So you're told to start your day with it, which means the first thing you do when you get up, this was how my mornings would run. I would get up, I would mix up my pre-workout with a dance, of course. And then as I was drinking my pre-workout, I was doing my personal development. I was sharing information about what book I was doing, which book I was reading, and kind of like an inspirational quote or something from that book. But then you have to take the time to create the post around what you're going to share with the book, whether it's you need to create a graphic, you need to create whatever. So that would all take up to an hour between all of those things. And then I had my workout on top of that. So that's why I was getting up at 4 a.m. to make sure that I had enough time to get all of my stuff done before my children got up at like 6:30. Big yikes. It was rough. It was rough.
Look at your schedule and say, okay, can I get up an hour before everyone else and get all of that stuff done? And I tell them to start out with the inviting, because inviting is usually the hardest part for coaches. Get the inviting done. Then while you're getting ready, putting on your workout clothes, listen to your personal development, then hop down to the basement. Go and get your workout done. Come up, drink your Shakeology, continue to listen to your personal development, and then later on throughout the day, recognize your coaches and customers. The other part of this, you guys, is to know that, this business is built off of consistency.
No, this business is built off of people that are willing to purchase overpriced shakes from an unsophisticated voluntary sales force. So no, I'm gonna call bunk on that.
If you can be consistent in those 4 vital behaviors, you will see your business grow from one month to the next.
I hit Success Club every single month. At least Success Club 5, most of the time over 10, because 10 was my goal. And I would have to hit it not only in mine, but also in my husband's and often my mom's. So I was hitting it in all of those things. And guess what? My business did not continue to grow. I was on a hamster wheel, and I could maintain my business and I could maintain the level that I was at, but I was unable to progress further. So unless you are willing to devote a full time, and even then, the income disclosure doesn't lie. We are not seeing people making true business opportunities out of this.
Third tip, you guys, is working from a list. If I didn't have a list, I would have no idea what to do every single day. And I see so many coaches waste time knowing what to do in the business because they don't work from a list. You have the business activity tracker right in front of you. Use it. If you use it, it's going to work.
This is all really interesting. And all of this actually is going to come into play with the current lawsuit that's happening. It's a class action lawsuit against Beachbody or BODi that has been filed in California. And all of these things that she's talking about all go towards making it that these coaches should not be 1099 contractors, and they actually should be classified as employees. So all of the things that she's telling you right now, they're all included in the lawsuit. DC and I are actually going to start going over the lawsuit documents tomorrow. So we're going to do that tomorrow. So show up live again tomorrow. All right, let's finish.
Don't overcomplicate things. If you stick to that list, get it done. You're going to know at the end of the day, you did the things you needed to do to move your business forward. If you want to build your business faster, just take the things on the business activity tracker and multiply them by 2, 3, 4, and you're going to see your business grow faster. The last tip, you guys, is setting a timer for when you're working. I know for me, I'm a procrastinator, and if I don't set a timer, I leave the most important things to the last thing of my day. So when I set a timer and I know I'm racing against the clock, it's going to take me less time to get those things done. It's also going to prevent me from staying on one task that is maybe not so business moving forward. So make sure that you are setting a timer when you are connecting with people, adding them to your network, when you are inviting people, when you're following up, when you are just responding back and building relationships. Set timers to keep yourself on track. If you're easily distracted like I am, there's actually something that you can go to in Google where you type in kill the newsfeed for Facebook, and it will kill your newsfeed on Facebook so you're not distracted by that newsfeed. Another tip from me is that I have taught myself, and you have to start from day one to tell yourself that when you go into the newsfeed, you either let yourself like and comment the first post in that newsfeed and then prompt yourself to go and actually get work done, or use it as a cue that you need to get up and walk around for a couple minutes. If I catch myself being stuck in the newsfeed, I get up, go grab a glass of water, and then come back and sit down and finish my work. Last tip, you guys, and probably the most important one, is that when you're working, work. When you're not working, don't work. When you're with your family, turn off the notifications on your phone. Put your phone in the other.
They say this, but if you do that, then you are, I get so frustrated with this because they're like, oh, it's super easy. Yeah, it's easy for you because you have been in for a very long time. So Meg, I don't even know what year she joined, but Meg has been in for a really long time. And yeah, she can turn things off because she has an entire downline who is doing all of the things for her. And is this horrible? I just looked her up on Instagram. One, she is another one. She's helping ambitious moms who are tired of choosing between family and work find a flexible career that allows her to be a more present and happy mom. So she's actually breaking the Beachbody policies and procedures by not stating that she's a Beachbody coach. She has not made that abundantly clear, which is against the rules and regulations. And girlfriend is she's doing a whole lot of posting of before and afters, which I didn't think they were doing that anymore.
Other room, so that when you're with your family, they have your undivided attention. Then when you're at work, you're focused on work and not family. Those are my 5 tips, you guys, and I hope that they help you out. If you stay consistent with this business, if you make it a priority, you will see it grow.
Okay, but I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do during that time management? I need to be intentional. This is setting up your business. This is just going to be, that's how to navigate the back office and make the customized links. How to do this. Maybe we'll go ahead and watch this. It's only 4 minutes.
To get your business up and running, it's important that you set up your coach websites, coach profile, and direct deposit so we can pay you your commissions and bonuses as you earn them. Information from your coach websites and profile will be used on teambeachbody.com and beachbodyondemand.com so your clients will see your name, photo, and contact.
I'm wondering if this is going to get slapped because of the weird music they have behind it. They're not really saying anything. They're not really saying a whole lot. And I guess here's the other interesting thing. I want to see, can I turn on English? Oh, here, we're going to turn off the sound. And we'll just kind of look at it and read it. So it's your photo and contact information at the top. Your coach ID will automatically be connected to all the links you share from your websites to make sure you get credit for purchases made. To start the setup process, log into the coach office. If needed, scroll down to the bottom of the page. to toggle over to your preferred language or country. Click on the Grow My Business. Okay, so let's look at the Grow My Business. They have bot groups and tools, my websites and profile. Let me make this bigger. Sorry, I didn't realize it was so small. Okay, there we go. My websites and profile, my contacts, a share a cart so that you can just create an order and send it, and a coach link generator. Okay. Oh, it would help if I hit play. All right, those are your websites. Now you're going to create your website. And here's the deal. It's all the same. You're going to have the exact same website that everybody else does. They're just talking you through setting it up. You put your profile pic in, you fill in your contact info. Your profile image will display at the top of your coach website, and it's going to appear on teambeachbody.com. Then when you sponsor anyone, then they will show up here as well. Your team name, those are my favorites. Some of the team names are wild. Now you're going to fill out the bio. If you don't know what to write in this section, they have default text, so you don't even have to think about it. And then you've got your achievements. So it's your lifetime rank, your Success Club status. You can personalize it. You can upload an intro video. So they do have some things you can do to make it more unique and yours. Yep, got to get the before and afters, because despite what they say, that is what they're all about. And then you can share about the different groups that you run. Is it just me? Do you guys know how to do any of these things yet? Like, I don't know how to do any of this. What makes your group so special? Publish and continue. I'm not feeling great about this. I now have a website. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it still. Who is your favorite Beachbody trainer? And then your coach ID is going to automatically be added. This is ridiculous. I still have no idea what I'm doing. When you wonder why people are not successful, it's because you don't know how to do any of the things that they're telling you. When I went to Summit, I went to Nashville, and when I came home, I was telling my husband, oh my gosh, it was amazing. It was so good. And he said, well, what did you learn? A lot of things are just all about your, like, being motivated and inspirational, and they try to get you excited and to be like all bought in, but you still don't really know what you're bought into. So that is part of the issue. Is you truly don't know. Okay, I'm kind of over this video. This video is not telling me anything. And now they're just going to go through the back office and how to do it. And then sharing links. That's going to be Lindsay Matway did one. There's another coach links. So I am now through steps 1, 2, and 3. I have spent all of this time, and I still have no idea how to be a Beachbody coach. That is wild. Let's see we'll just do a little quick preview for you of step 4. How to not be salesy. This is a super old video of Ashley Molstad. Wow, that is an old video. I'm surprised they're still using that. So how to not be salesy, conversation flow and tips. Natasha, follow up. All right, so maybe starting in step 4, we're going to start getting into some things. So we will do, that's probably all I'm going to do for today. We'll do step 4 later. I'll have to decide. Tomorrow, DC and I are going to go over the Beachbody legal filing, the lawsuit. So we have all of the court paperwork. Thank you to my viewer who sent that. We're going to go over all of those things and talk about it. And you guys, they're funny. It's hilarious. And so join us tomorrow and we'll go over all of that stuff. Really, I think what it boils down to at the end of the day is that it is not in your upline's best interest to fully train you, because chances are if you found your coach through your interests, your coach is also finding people through those same interests, and they would rather have them. They'd rather have the people. You are going after the same people. And they say that it has not been saturated, but it has. Most people know Beachbody. They may not know it's an MLM, but they have heard of Beachbody. I mean, especially with it's at 45 cents. Stock is still, hey, Taylor, stock is still at 45 cents, which is ridiculous. And they're not going, in my opinion, I don't see them pulling out of this. Also, there have been 2 lawsuits. The one lawsuit was classifying their employees as contractors. Well, I shouldn't say employees. Classifying the coaches as contractors instead of actual employees, which they're going to have to fight. And in my opinion, I don't think they're going to be able to make it work. Then the second one is that their website is not ADA compliant. So that was another thing I thought was really interesting, is that there's no reason for them not to be compliant. They're a huge corporation. There's no reason that they shouldn't. Hey. Oh, it's so fun to see people jumping on. But I get to go to physical therapy now, which makes me nervous because it's my first physical therapy appointment and it's going to hurt. It's Stephanie. Oh, hey, Stephanie. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed not learning how to be a Beachbody coach, because they truly don't want to teach us how to do that. And join me for step 4. I do know that step 5, I had looked ahead a little bit on step 5 and inviting to boot camp. Okay, so step 5, it's going to get into a lot more of inviting. Step 6 is how they're going to tell you to rank up to Emerald in 24 hours, which also, oh, there's the video. Signing up your spouse. There it is. So we will get into that, and they will teach you how to get around the coach policies and procedures by signing your spouse up. So they are still training you on how to do that, just so you know. I hope all of you still have a great day. Is Ashley still a coach? Yes, Ashley is a coach, even though she doesn't want to mention it. I'm going to look her up real quick. I have to look on a different account because, I'm blocked. Yeah, here's the weirdest part for me with Ashley is that she's now the original authenticity mentor. What is that? What even is that? She doesn't have anything Beachbody on her links. And there's a good reason why she doesn't do that. She can't include any of her links with any of her personal coaching things because it's a conflict of interest. And if you are saying, or you're using your social media to promote Beachbody, they have control of your social media. Maybe I'll send an email to compliance to ask them if Ashley's still a coach. But last I heard, she is still a coach. She's just not actively doing it. She's just raking in the money from it. which is pretty crappy, especially if you're in her downline and you need training. So my understanding is, like I said, yes, she is, because I don't remember what rank she was last quarter. Let me look real quick, because I have all the rankings from last. Yeah, the rankings last time they came out, she was ranked 55. So she's still coaching. So how can she be a coach? It's because Beachbody doesn't care. That would be my own personal opinion. As long as she's still bringing them money, they don't care. And they're willing to let people do whatever it is they want to do. And it is unethical, in my opinion. And it's just awful. It's crappy. I'm going to have to go through some of these people on here. But yeah, now she's the original authenticity mentor. Like, what even is that? How do you get that qualification? Melanie Mitro is still as well. Let me look. I can tell you where Melanie, as of April 2023, was team number 48 in the network. So she is also, and she's another one that does all kinds of separate businesses and different things. Julie Voris is 35. Trying to see what else, but yeah. So they are still, but they don't talk about it. They just rake in the money from it because they got in so long ago. It really is unethical, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. All right, I'm off to physical therapy. Yes, Melanie is a coach to the coaches. She coaches coaches on how to coach the coaches that are going to coach. There you go. Which is so interesting to me. You've been successful, right, in a network marketing company, so that now all of a sudden you are qualified to train everybody on how to do everything. And to me, that's not it. That's not what we do. They really have very little qualifications other than the fact that they have been able to be the best at sales. So if they were going to do a sales call, that would be entirely different. Yeah, they know how to sell. They know how to utilize social media to create a perfect life, to make people want to join them and think that they're going to get those same things that they're not going to get. And so obviously, if I can do that, then I should be able to do it with everyone. Well, then what does your downline look like? How long are people staying in your organization? What is the turnover like? And I guarantee it's high, right? Because what I found, so I would recruit. And when I say that I was, that I recruited a lot, I was often, so Success Club 5 is the goal each month. And there were a lot of months that I would hit in the 30s. But all that was happening was the new people that I was getting were just covering the people that were dropping. And people were dropping just as quickly because they couldn't make it work. They were not able to replicate the things that I was doing. And part of it was I had a really good weight loss story, right? Like I had really good before and after pictures. And I was able to do that. But then the people underneath me were not. So then they would quit after a few months because who can afford to continue to purchase this? Right? Your Shakeology is so expensive. And then you're also on Energize and you have to do all the new programs. You have to do all of these things in order to remain active and to, be a product of the product. You can't afford to do that if you're not making sales. And so I would then just have to replace them. So it was this constant hamster wheel of losing and gaining people and never truly getting ahead. So that was my experience. And they absolutely get their money from their downline. And so when you've got, Melanie, Ashley, I'm trying to think some of the other I mean, just kind of some of the top coaches. Lindsay Matway hadn't really done much of anything with Beachbody for a really long time, but then all of a sudden just started doing it again because their downlines are getting decimated. And maybe I may do another shorter video on the income disclosure, because I know my last one was kind of long. So I may just do a quick down and dirty. Here's the income disclosure and what you can tell going from 1 month to the next, or excuse me, from 1 year to the next. It's wild how their stuff is changing, and they will not tell you how many coaches there are, because they don't want to admit how many they're losing, in my humble opinion. All right, that's it for today. Tomorrow, DC and I are going to do the legal docs, and you guys, it's worth it. Trust me. I was like, holy crap, I'm reading the first couple paragraphs and already laughing out loud at the things that they're saying and the language that they're using to talk about how Beachbody is wrong. And I think, in my opinion, looking at it from the perspective of having done human resources for many years and classifying employees, I think Beachbody kind of has an uphill battle on this one. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. All right. Thank you for wishing me good luck at PT. Hopefully they don't do a whole lot to me today. I'm hoping just for the good stuff, massage. They'll probably do ice and heat and all the things. But it's worth it because I want to get back to life. Have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.